Hey there, guys. I'm back with another video today. Let's see what we have today. Today we have an iPhone 8. This is not an 8 Plus. It is an 8. We are going to be replacing the screen. As you can see here, they're broken. So I'm just gonna put a new one on. And I think I have it over here. Yep. This is what we're gonna be putting on. It is a refurbished screen with an original LCD and a generic glass. Okay, so the tools we're gonna be using is are a Penalove, that size right there. Well, I had two actually, so either one. And Phillips screwdriver with that size, maybe it should work. I hope you can see it. And I think we had to use the Y 0.6, which is 3. It is like a Phillips, but it's just three lines instead of the regular. I had two of them. This is use the same thing. This is actually 1.5, which I might need it, I might not. On the Phillips. And this opening tools here to pop up the screen. And you can use a heat and gun. You can use a hair dryer, that'll work. And she'll do it. There's a problem with this phone. I don't know if you can see it, but it's slightly bent. This part is like going down a little bit. You can see it. I don't think I can bend the back up because I might break the glass, this glass. So I'm just gonna leave it like it is. The new screen might not fit properly, but we'll see how it'll look once done. So first thing, take the two little screws using the Penalove. See if you can guys see that. Just put it to the side somewhere, doesn't get lost. So I'm gonna put it right there. I'm gonna take the other one. Actually, the first thing you need to do is turn it off. I already turned this one off. So now, since this one is already open, I can try to open it up more. But see, I'm gonna use my nail for the meantime. I can use this tool here, but since it's already partially open, I'm gonna try to open it up more with my nail. Okay, so it's a little hard, so I'm gonna heat it up around because they have adhesive, so I'm gonna loosen that adhesive up a little bit. Let's see. Any hair dryer will do. Just turn it on and get it around. I hope you guys can hear me because I don't have a mic, so the audio is gonna be like really low. So you might have to turn the volume up a little bit so you can hear me. There is a adhesive around a little, it's a thin film that makes him waterproof. Well, mostly, or like 90% or whatever. So we had to, with the heat, that adhesive it becomes weak and it will let us pull the screen off. These phones have the connections on the side, so whenever we pop the screen up, we had to like lift it up this way. Like the phone 6, on the older phones like 6 and 5, 5X, whatever, it comes down and it goes like that, and this one has to like go this way. So now it's a little hot, so we're going to keep lifting this up here. You might not even use those for now because those are already partially open. How that looks. This is that adhesive that I was talking about right here. Once we open it, we ain't gonna be able to put that adhesive back, so it's gonna go, the new one is gonna go without it. And there we have it. Just whenever you open it up, make sure not to like open it too much, because look at this wire here, this ribbon cable. So if you like open it up too much, you might actually rip it apart. Okay, so first thing is we're gonna keep it this way, and remove these screws right here. I believe it's gonna be this one and this for to get this plate off and disconnect the battery. And be right back. Okay, so for that we're gonna use the Phillips screwdriver, the 1.2. Yeah, let's try that one. Right here. Get this out. These ones are different size, so they had to go back in the order they came out in the same hole, because if you put them in a different hole, you might actually damage the board. So just put them back where they came from. I don't know, you can see this one is a little bit bigger. Probably won't let you see it. But, and if we put this one here, this one is actually the same size, but the other one was smaller, shorter. This one is also shorter, so get this plate out, put it somewhere. Now this is the connectors for the LCD. We have over here the battery, so we're gonna disconnect this one. Put this up. Okay, let's see what that is. I'm not sure if this is also. Oh, this is the battery here. The second one, actually. Anyways, just put that one back later. We're going to get this plate out, this one here, so we can disconnect the camera and things. I'm gonna disconnect this cable, and we're gonna use a Phillips screwdriver. Same thing with this one. We have to put the screws on the same hole they came out of. I think we have to remove 1, 2, and 3. This one is different than the other ones, than the iPhone 8 Plus. I never opened up an iPhone 8, but it looks a little bit different. Now this one has the Phillips screws instead of the Y screws. So okay, now once that plate came off, just disconnect that connector from there. I use my nail. You can use something that this can be used, but just be careful. Well, actually, you might have to. I have to use something like this. If you're scared of using your nail, whatever, you can use something like this. Now disconnect these ones here. You can do this ones first. So now that those three cables are disconnected, use get it out. See it? We put that one to the side for now, and this is the new screen. But we had to transfer this, all of this to this one, this and the home bottom too. We can buy with this, it's more expensive, but it's better used to transfer this to the new one. And the home button has to be transferred. I mean, we can buy one screen with a home button, but the Touch ID will no longer work. You have to use the original home button that came with the phone to make the Touch ID to work. Otherwise, it won't work anymore. So, and this one is good. It's not broken or anything. So, I'm just gonna put this, and this on the new one. Right. Oh, this has to come with all this display here. Display here has to go to the other screen, and we had to remove this screws here. See it? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 3 on this side, just to get this plate off. To get this, we just got to remove those 4. And 5, that's one more right there. So we're gonna start with, let's see, this piece here. Just make sure to keep all the screws where they go. There's one more up here. Now we are going to remove these 3. These ones are the Y screws right here. 1, 2, 3, and I think this one. I'm not sure if I have to take this one out, but we're gonna take this 3. So we're putting that. The Y. It's the white piece now. I think I have to remove that one too. Yep. Now the new plate came off, and let's put it over here somewhere. And Now what we're gonna do is remove the 3 screws on each side to get this plate off. Let's see, get this back out. And put the Phillips one. No, that's not a Phillips one. There you go. What the? No, this one also. The white. Yeah, all of these are white. So this camera I'm gonna focus, but anyway. I believe all of these are the same, so it shouldn't matter where you put them at. They look all the same. These 3 on each side look the same. Alright, so now we are going to disconnect the home button here. Disconnect it here. This is going to be tricky because let's see. This is how the new one looks. So it is not glued to the plastic, so we have to somehow open it up right there. Try to unplug it somehow. Okay, let's see, get this out of the way. Do you see that? This one is a little bit tricky because you have to hold the bottom part since it's not glue. Some of them are glue. I don't remember which iPhone it is, but this one you had to hold the bottom while you pull the top, because if you pull the top without holding this one here, you will rip it off. So whenever we put it back together, we just push it down. Let's see. I hope you can see that. Okay, so it's unplugged. Now we are going to get this off. Okay, you can see that. Just be careful not to rip this cable here. So this thing is, these cables are actually glue here. So we're gonna have to hold them and find a way to peel that off. Good one. So put this to the side, and now we are going to get the hand bottom out of this and put it on the other one. This one, we have to lift that up and get this. Well, that one is up. Let's see. Can do it like that, and then this one I think is glue to the plastic. Yep, this one is glue, so we had to heat it up because otherwise it won't come off. I use smaller tube that way I don't spread air all over. That should do it, hopefully. So let's go back to the lifting this little connector here and try to peel this up. I should not to apply too much force of rip it off. It didn't work out. To be very careful with these things here. Slowly peeling off, yeah, yep. Make sure not to bend it. If it's not peeling off, you have to reheat it because you will end up breaking it. You can see that. See, it's coming off. There you go. See how it's coming off? Look. It comes from the front. You cannot pull this from the back. It has to be from the front of the screen. So, there you went. Set that one to the side, and we're gonna get the new one and just do this like this. Okay. Now just push get the connector back here, just like we did with the other one, like that. So this one goes under. Now you have to align it with this little pin here. I don't know, you can see that there is a little plastic piece right there. See it, the little thing right there? Now there is a hole on that ribbon cable, and you have to put that in there like that, and slightly press to it probably won't stick because some of the glue got stuck on the other one, so this no longer has enough glue to stick it together, but doesn't matter, we're gonna put a plate on top. So now it's gonna look like that, and we are going to can put it back together now. Now just make sure everything is good, and these two are aligned. Whenever you press, they have to be aligned because it won't go in, or if you put too much pressure, you break them. These things are very, very, very fragile. See it? Just like the other one, it looks perfect right there. So we are done with that. Now we are moving to the top. Well, actually not fully done. We need to put that plate, but we're gonna put the let's see. I think we can put the plate now. Maybe for later. Let's see. Get this. So we're getting these two. These two screws, and put them to the side. We're also getting that third one. And that is coming right out. Just to be careful not to lose something here, because it's gonna lift up like that. And the speaker, that's the speaker. This one actually has springs, those little springs here, 4 of them. They can jump out of there and you'll never find them. So get this lifted up this way and put it up like that for the meantime. Now here is another tricky part. It's kind of scary, but we have to do it. We have to remove this, all of this, and we have to heat it up and put it on the other one. Let's see, we're gonna start by heating it up right now. I'm actually heating it up from this side. Both sides actually, it doesn't matter as long as the glue gets hot. I think it's better from this side on. See, I'm gonna use that maybe to lift it up. You can see it is somewhat lifting up a little bit. That one came off. It's just glue there, and this one here. This one here has to lift up here too. So here where we can see, look. So we have to actually lift this up. This is part of everything right here. Have to heat up more. Now while it's hot, let's start by lifting this up right here. I have to do real quick while it's hot because and then it won't work anymore. I have to heat it up again. Can you see that? We have one left, which is this one here. Okay, see that? Right there. Shit. So now that we have this piece out of the old one, which, like, I'll tell you what it is. I think this one right here is the microphone. I believe this is a microphone. This little piece is the microphone. Can you see it? Can you see it right there? It's microphone, and I believe this one is light sensor, I think, or proximity sensor. And this one is either a light sensor or proximity sensor. I'm not sure which one it is. I believe this is proximity sensor right here. So the screen goes black when you put your phone close to your ear. Light sensor is to make the phone darker, lighter, whatever, depending on the quantity of light. And this is the camera right here. So let's put it on the other one. So what we're gonna do is gonna peel this adhesive here, because the new screen has adhesive already. Peel that off. That one we're gonna leave it there. The new one has a adhesive, but it has this film that we had to peel off to expose the adhesive. Right there. So you have to align that. It has two little holes here. See it? One right there and one over here. See, 1, 2. They have to be aligned with those little dots on the new screen. So you just align those. And you know what? The new one does not come with adhesive on that area, so you have to put this back there. Yep, the new one doesn't have there any adhesive, so line those up, put that first, and then I gonna move this out of the way, and this one has to be bent this way, the way it'll go in that little spot. That's what it belongs to, the little circle, and this other one goes right on the circle next to it. I don't think this camera is focusing though. Anyways, just bend that up and push it in there. Put the other one like that. Which is a little tricky to do, but has to be done. See? They don't have any glue there, so I hope they stay there while we put the rest of the assembly. The camera goes in there, it has a little thing for it. But we had to put the speaker first. To just hold that while put the speaker. Make sure they stay in, or whenever you push the speaker down, make sure they go back to their spots, these two, because since they don't have there is no glue there, they don't want to stay in place. If they don't fit it, the speaker won't go all the way in, and you can actually break them if you push too hard. Let's see why. I don't know why, but they don't have no glue there. Some of the glue stayed on the other one. Well, now that everything is back in place, we are putting the cover here. So it is this one. So now we're gonna let's see, we are going to put one, two screws, which are this one here, 3 screws, this one here. Before we put the cover on, yes. Put these 3 back here. hope you can see everything because I don't know if the camera is showing everything or not. So on this one, we're gonna put 2 for the meantime to keep it there, and then we're gonna put this one later because this one also holds the plate. So we're gonna put the other 2. So we're gonna tighten this up a little bit more. That should do it. Okay, I turn the computer off. Maybe that'll produce less noise. Now we're putting this plate, and we're putting that. You're gonna be putting this one. I believe this is the other one. It goes there. And now everything is good, so we're ready to put those 3 on each side. 3 and 3. We're using the other piece here, the white. And we're almost done. Maybe 10 more minutes or so. Everything is looking good so far. I hope everything works out well because sometimes the screen might come defective, but I hope everything comes out good. Since there is no way to get brand new screens, originals from Apple, everything is either refurbished or generic. So now we're putting this plate now. I don't remember if he went on the bottom or on the top. Do you guys remember? believe it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna put it on the bottom of the things of the plate here. See, bottom, which doesn't really matter, but how does it? Anyways, got to align this hole with the pin on the plastic. So yeah, actually I think it goes on the bottom right there. Now put the screws. Oh, good. You can run, but you can't hide. Let's see. It's a little tricky, but you also need a lot of patience for this kind of jobs because these little screws are a pain to put them in the tip of the screwdriver, so you have to play with them for a while sometimes. These ones are very, very difficult to play. Oh, next. This one next. I don't know why, but these ones I'm gonna stay like the other ones do. I have to set it on so I can use both hands better. Yeah. I don't like these white screws so too much. Is it there? Yep. We had those. I said the one that jumped and went somewhere. It's like I say, it can run, but it can hide. There it went. There it is right there. So I think it goes on the bottom. It doesn't really matter, but it's more like suited. So this plate goes on the bottom on that and on that one. But it's there. Everything looks like a shoe. So time to see if it's gonna work. I mean, they're quality screens, so they should be fine. Here we're going to get some of the adhesive out of the way because we can no longer put this back like it was, and if we leave it there, it can keep the screen from going all the way in. Just careful not to scratch anything, or make sure the screwdriver doesn't go in and scratch anything in there. Everything looks good, so let's put this one back. Use everything in reverse. We're gonna start by let's see. I'm gonna start by plugging this one here first. So this is the tricky part. Plugging this up, very tricky. I probably won't be able to show you guys, but let's see what I can do. Just careful not to rip nothing. And it's gonna go like this. Let's see. Just slightly bend it and align it like that. Just align it and push. I think I'm going to be able to show it. This is very tricky, and you have to have a lot of patience to align that with it, with the connector. Because can't even see that. It's dark. It'll make a click once it's in there. When once you push it in and it's in the right spot, it'll make a click and it'll go in. See? Just make sure not to push it if it's no alignment, because if it's not aligned and you push it, it'll break. I'll be right back. So now, next will be the plate to hold that in place. Plate right here. Let's see. Align the plate and put those 3 screws. Okay, I'm gonna start with this one and go back to the patience with these things. What the... Yep, patience, Lord, patience here. I don't know, you see that or not, but Don't tie it all the way until all the other ones are in there. Wait. Don't run. Yep. It's hard to put them in and take them out. I usually go back like a couple turns until I hear a click, and then tie them. Because if I tie them just like that, sometimes the thread can get messed up. Now all of them are there. Just tie them and it should be ready. Just be very, very careful not to move this too much because you rip the connector right there. You pull up and down. Usually down it'll rip. Get this one here first, the bottom one. Same thing. Just hover the ribbon cable over the connector until your fuel is in there. See, connector had to feel it there, I think. There went. Then the next one, same thing. See, it actually feels when it goes in, and then once it feels that it goes in, push. And then yeah, this big one that we unplugged, that I thought it was battery, but not. But it's the other one. This is the one. This one is the one that comes from here. All of this goes here, and this is the one. I don't know why I unplugged it, but I don't even know why I thought it was a battery. But anyways, same thing. This one is gonna be more tricky. Anyway, now last one, the battery here. You have to unplug the battery because if not, it can mess the phone up if you do something wrong here at the time of connecting or disconnecting. So it has to be unplugged for that reason. Get the plate to hold everything in place and screw it up in there. Now I have a freaking problem because some of these screws have moved around, so just gonna make sure. Okay, so this one can move out of place. From what I can see, this one is a small one here. This one is also a small one because the hole doesn't go through. And if you put a long one here, you mess the board up because it'll make a hole on the board and it'll mess the lines. It has a bunch of lines under. So this one and this one goes through, so these two should be the long ones and these two short ones. So I had two long ones and two short ones, so that's how I'm gonna do it. Two long ones, which these two are the same actually. The screws, I can tell they're the same size. So 2 long ones and 2 short ones here. Never put a long one here, never, because you'll damage the phone. Patience with this little one. Anyway. No. What happened here? Here we go again. Now you stir them all up. Again, make sure they're not too tight because the thread will strip. This one's have a very fine thread. So looks like it was before. Time to close it. Back up and see what it does. Ooh, sweaty. Well, before I close it all the way, I'm gonna turn it on and see what's gonna happen. Don't have the passcode, but I'm gonna just do slightly test on the digitize and make sure it works. Seems fine. Now I'm gonna close it all the way. If I can, of course, remember that we had this issue right here. So now what? come on. I know you can go in, you can. Come on, come on. Okay, let's turn this off again because I knew I was gonna have some kind of issue here, but gonna peel it off again a little bit more and then see if I can push it up as much as I can. It is about half a millimeter over here, but there is nothing I can do about it. So, I mean, I can use a knife and slightly chop this off and see what it will do. I'll be right back. I'm back with a knife. Let's see what we can do to make this fit. I'm going to cut this small piece right here. See if I can get it done without messing everything else up. I mean, they should go right in, but this one has been slightly bent, so for some reason it is not going in, and I'm assuming it's because of that. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna try to screw it and see how much down it goes. Because I can't really reduce this thing too much. Because it only has so much I can take off. Let's try it again. Maybe it'll work, maybe not. Okay, so let's see. What it is this part went in for some reason. I don't know if it hit something, but it is just next to nothing, but it's still keeping it from going all the way in. So I'm gonna have to get some of this off right here. Get a bigger chunk out. This should do it. Yeah, you can tell where the phone got slightly right here. See it? It's a tiny little millimetric piece where it went. Anyways, the screw should be able to go down now. Should be able to screw it right there. And that's all we can do. There we have it. Can barely see it, but I mean, I can try to bend this up, but most likely I will break the back glass. Also, the back glass can see where it came off a little bit too. But once you put a case in, and it should be just fine. Yep, that looks fine. So there you have it. That's the procedure for replacing the screen, the LCD screen of an iPhone 8. The iPhone 8 Plus, that thing is a little bit different. I think it has the white screws on the top. I don't remember. But this is almost the same thing. So iPhone 8, iPhone 8 Plus, and I don't remember the 7 if it's the same or not. I do this every once in a while, but not that often, so I forget. But it's not that hard to do it. You just have to have some patience, and you have to have the tools for. You don't have to have this thing here, the microscope. I do have it because I do other things. but that's not necessary. And the heat gun is not necessary. You can use a hair dryer. And these ones are necessary. Sometimes when the screen is not lifted up, you have to like lift it up right here, like that. It has a thing here where you can lift it up, and that's where you start, and then slowly lift it up. And the screwdrivers, and that's it. Well, that's it for today, and whenever I make another video, I'll post it. And if you guys like this one, just give it a like and share. I'll probably put it on YouTube. I don't know where I'll put it at, but thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.